Hi, my name is Stephanie Petman. I'm from Kent. I was diagnosed with a BCC, which is a basal cell carcinoma, back in September 2023 on my ear. For about 2 years, I had been in and out of the doctors because I'd had this lump on my ear. And the only way I could describe it was almost like eczema, which is what the GP had originally thought it was. They prescribed me many different creams. I had many different diagnoses for dermatitis, eczema. It was only after 2 years I realised something. It was more serious. It was constantly bleeding, very, very itchy. It was starting to get bigger. It was affecting my confidence. Um, it was uncomfortable to sleep on. And I then pushed, after 2 years of seeing the GP, to then go private and get a diagnosis where they took a biopsy. And that's when I found out it was, in fact, skin cancer. Um, that's when I found it's almost, it was a shock. It was something that I didn't anticipate. It really hit home how serious that this was going to be, especially when the the prognosis was going to be surgery. There was not going to be an option for me for a cream or, a very small procedure. It was going to be surgery. This was going to be something that was probably going to affect me for at least, a good year of my life, for the whole process. The treatment I had done was Mohs surgery. That was the best option for me. That would leave me with as much tissue as possible. The procedure for me took around 8 hours. It was a lengthy procedure. What they do is they take a piece at a time and they test it for cancer cells. And if there are any left, they go back in the same day and they remove more. Each time they take a piece, it takes around 2 hours for it to be tested. And while they do that, you are in a waiting room and then you go back in. They do numb the area each time that they do this, and you don't feel anything at all. The only pain that I did feel initially was just the injection sites where they numb, which was not a problem at all. The challenge, one of the biggest challenges I had, was not necessarily the surgery itself, was actually going home around 4 days after and taking the bandage off. I found that quite dramatic to see what I was left with. I had thought that I had prepared myself as best I can, but I found it more challenging, and also showing my 4 children what I was left with. One of the surprises I had was how they dealt with it. They were really great. I'm very fortunate how well they dealt with it. And I'm forever grateful. What I'm left with now is what I've got here for the next 2 to 3 months while it calms down and heals. Once that's done, I will then go for a second operation, which will be where they will remove a rib and cartilage from this rib, and they will build a puzzle piece that will then slide in. They will then take the skin from behind my ear and place it over the puzzle piece. My ear will then be left flat where that goes over, so it will be pinned down. That will be left like that for 6 months. After those 6 months, I will then go back in for a third operation where they will then take the ear to flip up. So they will cut the skin so it pings back up, and they will then, the skin that is behind the ear will no longer be there. So they will then take a skin graft from my thigh to replace the skin there, and I will be left with a brand new ear. The very specific moment I realized that cancer, skin cancer is serious, is the moment I first saw what I was left with after my surgery and I took off that bandage. I knew it was serious, but the real moment for me was looking at what I've been left with and the feeling it's given me, the fear it's given me. We really do have to protect our skin. This has taken away my confidence. This has changed my life. My message is please protect your skin. Buy a good cream and protect your skin. Wear hats. Any part of your skin that is in the sun, there is a risk. I am someone that does not go on sunny holidays, that goes in the shade. I am someone that does not go in the sun without sun cream. I'm someone that stays out of the sun and I still got skin cancer. I did not protect my ears. I always put on sun cream on my children's ears, but I never thought to put it on my own. Any part of your skin that is out in the sun, you need to cover and you need to put on cream.